200 million naira money laundering. Okupe Doyin jailed for 2 years and released after paying 13 million naira fine. Hello everyone, welcome to Newsport TV. Thank you very much for joining. And as been said already, Doyin Okupe has been sentenced to 2 years imprisonment for alleged money laundering of 240 million naira. The campaign director of Labour Party and one-time aspirant to be the vice president of Nigeria under Peter Obi before he decided to opt out before and then Dati took over. The man is not a green on in politics. He's been in politics for many years. He's had political appointments for many years, and this is one man that seems to be able to navigate himself just like the normal Nigerian politicians, who seems to have a way of doing things and getting away with it most of the time. Now let's get into the news. Justice Ijeoma Ojukwu of the Abuja Division of the Federal High Court found Dr. Doyin Okupe, a former senior special advisor to President Goodluck Jonathan, guilty of receiving over 200 million naira cash from a former national security advisor, Colonel Sambo Dasuki. Ojukwu held that the action of Okupe, who is the first defendant, violated the Money Laundering Act. Consequently, the court sentenced Okupe to 2 years imprisonment to run concurrently, or payment of a cash fine of 500,000 on each of the 26 count charges of 13 million naira of money laundering preferred against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Okupe, who is the campaign director general of the Labour Party's presidential candidate Peter Obi, was however released later in the day following payment of the 13 million naira fine. The Act provides that no individual or organization shall receive any sum above 5 million naira and 10 million naira without passing through a financial institution, Ojukwu stated, adding there is no evidence that the money passed through a financial institution. The justice noted that the NSA is not a financial institution, and that even if the president had authorized the funds, he did not say the money must be paid in cash in violation of the Money Laundering Act. I find the first defendant, Dr. Doyin Okupe, guilty in counts 34, 35, 36 to 59, the court declared. The judge, however, found the defendants not guilty in count 1 to 33 on the grounds that the prosecution fails to establish the charge of money laundering and criminal breach of trust and corruption against the NSA. In counts 34 to 59, upon which Okupe was convicted, he was accused of receiving various sums ranging from 10 million naira on different occasions from 2012 to 2015, when he was the SSA to Jonathan. The money, according to him, was expended in running the office, payment of staff, and image laundering of the former president and his administration. But the court maintained that receiving such amount in cash violated the law. Shortly after his conviction, his lawyer, Mr. Francis Oronshaye, pleaded with the court to temper justice with mercy on the grounds that the defendant was a first-time offender, a family man who is advanced in age, and who has health challenges, is currently retreating in Nigeria and outside the country. Oronshaye, citing Section 310 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, urged the court to stand down the matter to enable him call witnesses that would attest to the good character of Okupe. The lawyers of the second and third defendants also lent their voices in the plea for mercy, adding that the convict was a mere victim of circumstances. Although the prosecution lawyer, Mr. Audu Ibrahim, opposed the request, the judge stood down the matter to enable the defender called his witnesses before handing down a sentence. So in a nutshell, Doyin Okupe is a free man right now because he was sentenced and given an optional fine of 13 million, which he paid immediately the same day, so he didn't even get to stay over. And the question people are asking is that anything goes for rich men in Nigeria. because most of the cases we see around, the poor people struggle to even pay the option of fine they are given, and they cannot even meet up. Some are in prisons today because they cannot even meet up with the fine of like 10,000 naira or 100,000 naira. But when it's the case of a rich man, they always are able to pay the fine levied by the courts. Now, with this happening, it's been a kind of tricky time for the Labour Party, because people are asking to say, this is a big one. As a campaign director of the party, that how many of such are still in the party. The truth of the matter is, as long as there are politicians in Nigeria, no political party is free of people who are allegedly involved in things like this. I think it's individual per individual. It's going to be case by case. What the person has done, how much the person has laundered allegedly, and whatever sentence has been placed and everything. Now, with this conviction, will Doyin Okupe be able to go for any political appointment anymore? Well, he's not supposed to, because once you're convicted, you shouldn't be able to, vie for any political position. But in Nigeria, it seems everything goes, and we are just watching to see how many more people are going to be uncovered, and people gave kudos to EFCC for being able to, push this case to this end and all of that. What's your opinion on this, and what do you think, is going to be the next step for Labour Party? Are they going to bring more satellite on them, or will satellite also be beamed to other political parties, especially to people holding the key positions now before the elections run out February next year? Please drop your comments in the comment section below. We believe in Nigeria. We believe that the country will be better, but we just need to help ourselves and do the needful, because honestly, the country is on a cliff right now, and we can only pray and act so that our country can get back on track, which is not going to be a day's job. It's going to take a lot of sweat, but hopefully, if we are ready to roll up our sleeves and our leaders are ready to do the work rather than laundering all the money that is supposed to be for the welfare of its citizens, things might get better. See you in the next news. Bye for now.